Hello my lovely spectators, Diddy here, and this is the tag video for the Life is Abundant kit from Graphic 45. I did a 4-part series and I was going to do tags within that time frame, and well, the videos became, the last one became really, really long, and I really couldn't justify keeping you guys for that long. So I went in and I grabbed all of the zodiacs. So these were the bits and the pieces that I had, and I was going through trying to organize them in the order. Like that it mattered because I could look it up, but I wanted to make sure I had all 12. So I'm like, okay, January Capricorn, February August, March Pisces, kind of April into April Aries, Taurus. Okay, I gotta find Taurus, then into June to Gemini. So those were my first 6. Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. No Taurus. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Where the hell's the Taurus? Well, this lovely sheet of paper, the Taurus was there. And unfortunately, not a complete Taurus. But, you know what? We're going to roll with it because I do not want to cut into another piece of paper, fresh and new, just for this little Taurus thing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to make it a design feature. Meaning, everybody else gonna get their little snip on. So I am gonna keep the rest of this. I'm not gonna cut it up and clean it up because I can use the backside for it right now. But let's attend to some of these. So the Scorpio, I kept it there as part of this little picture. I'm now going to take it out of this little picture. Okay, and I am gonna trim this excuse me, down slightly. And you're gonna be like, why? That's just trash. You know what? Because I was thinking to then eventually make some other pieces of ephemera. Not necessarily for this one, but like, how cute would that be to stick something underneath there? So I'm keeping this as a thing. So this is Scorpio. The same thing here. I'm gonna see. Hopefully, I can get to the Pisces. Yes, I can. And it's going to create a little window into this little scene. Beautiful. Ah, the stickers. The stickers keep wanting to have. Oh, well, the stickers fell behind my desk, so they're not playing a feature part in this video. They just decided by being cuckoo and went behind me. So we're just going to get all the circles out. Right? So again, still can keep that, add that to something. I think that's a nice, interesting little kind of peekaboo element that just kind of happened naturally. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm getting this where I'm getting a good I think I need to just clean up this edge, because remember the last video I talked about how I just freehanded excuse me, all the pieces. Okay, so there we go. Ooh, and again, another one of these. So these are going to come up to play maybe somewhere else in making ephemera, or just when I am actually working on that other journal. So this guy is a little rough, so we're just going to cut it a little bit and try to straighten it out as much as possible, and we're done. And we're going to stop right there before I get a little too cuckoo with it and lose a little too much. But there we go. Another little fun polka dot, polka doo, whatever kind of idea here. So we got this, and we have one more. Let's hope I can reach it from here. Yes, I can. And when I say I reach it, I want to be able to get that nice black edge, which happens to be a little rough when it gets punched, but we're going to clean that up in a minute with some inking. So I didn't ink anything in the journal, so I am going to ink probably these guys just for some differences. So now what I want to do is I want to look at this, and I kind of want to put all of the words in the same direction. So I'm going to use Taurus as a measurement thing, and everybody is going to have, they're going to get a little snip. I'm sorry, but we need to. And I was thinking, well, I could also maybe turn it this way, and that way I could put it in different places. So we're just going to do this random, and we're going to work with what we create here, what I create here. I just want to make sure I do not hit the actual symbol, right? So I don't mind things being a little bit crooked, a little twisted, whatever. That's not a big deal for me. But I want to make sure that this, the symbols are not cut off. So I'm just laying them out so that I can just cut off and have the same shape of all of the symbols, if that makes sense. Okay. Then I took the chipboard that we had left over because I had a lot of it, and I was like, I'm gonna make something with it. I grabbed 2 pieces. I actually have 2 pieces, super hard. So this is gonna be the tags. They are roughly 5.5-ish by 12. So we're just gonna cut 2-inch pieces. So they're gonna be narrowish. Like everything is ish right now, like a narrower kind of tag, and we're just gonna go with that. Okay, and then let's go, yeah. And yeah. So what I might want to do, and so I might have to cut away at some point, is I don't know, like how am I gonna decorate this? I could decorate it however, really doesn't matter, but I want to do something fun. So I was thinking maybe I could I actually look up the I want to say properties, no, characteristics. Yeah, properties is more like my mathy word. The properties of what it means to be such and such. Okay, I'm also trying to make sure that I keep the constellation, because I don't know if you noticed, that's what the stars would look like, and that's what Sagittarius looks like. So I don't know, did I cut off a little piece? That might have been a while ago and I wasn't paying attention on that one. Anywho, it is what it is. I was trying, people, trust me, I was trying. So some of them are just so big. Okay, the colors do not have anything to do with the signs. There were multiple colors on each of the pages in terms of, you know, what the overall design was for that page for that month. So there are more reds than, like, there's only 1 orange, you know. No, there's 2 oranges. Okay, so it's not too bad. 2 oranges, 2 greens, 2 blues, 2 yellows, and 4 reds. Not bad. Could it have been more balanced? Of course. We could have had, you know, 3 of each, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we can have, because that's 5. That's not gonna work. We're trying to not have to math. Okay, so we're gonna ink these up, and we're gonna do some basic tag, and we're gonna go from there. So where is my trimmer? Oh, it's underneath my plate because I had food and I didn't go to the kitchen yet. See, I had a sandwich. Okay, and now we're just going to take our paper cardstock, and we're just going to cut 2-inch strippies, because this is a 12-inch paper. So 12-inch paper, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the other 6. So there's gonna be only tall, skinny tags, for sure. That's okay. And this is fuzzy because my blade is dying. Alright, so that paper was pretty good because they are nicely even. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, let me get our little chomper to make our edges, our corners. So let's do that. Oh, maybe not. Well, this one, I think I might need to buy new ones. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I don't have success with this whole idea of running aluminum foil through it. Like, it doesn't really do much of anything. So, I don't know. I feel like it's not a thing. That's not really a thing. Except that people are selling, like, whole kits that involve, like, a blower to blow out the dust, foil, wax, a picky tool. I don't know, I saw it on one of these websites, these creative websites, and I was like, really? $15 something on sale for that. I'm like, we got all that stuff in our house. We can just, you know, put together our own kit. There you go. There's the blower. So I don't know. I'm being silly. All right. Okay. So, oh my god, this is so hard to clip. It's really good chipboard. Like, this is not like cardstock. If you've ever handled Michael's 110 weight, this is like 3 times that, I swear. Glue them bad boys together and then try to cut through that. That's how I feel, like that is 3 times as gnarly as that. Okay. Are we gonna put a little hole in the top? I don't know. I feel like to complete the whole thought, it might be cool to do that. So let's also think about that. Let's get all this, like, you know, hopefully I'm not flashing you because all of this stuff through at my shirt. Not in my shirt, but I'm moving my shirts to get it all off me. Okay, and now let's get our to do this. Let's see how many how many do you think let's see how many fit. Let's see how many are fit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is 6. Can 6 go in here? Well, yeah, kind of tight. Let's go for it. So we're going to move this to 3/4 of an inch to go in, maybe. Let's see where that hole leaves us. That's too far. That's too far. What are you thinking? What's wrong with you? A 1/2 inch. Alright, I'm not mad at 1/2 inch. But it won't do 6 comfortably. So I'm going to do 5. Okay, and I'm going to hold it, pinch it a little bit to kind of see if I'm even. I think I need to go a little bit this way. And now, will it do it? Marvelous. Okay, so now let's do another 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. And hold it, just gonna pinch it without going through. Be able to take a really good look at it. Adjust as we may need to adjust. And then we're gonna punch it. We're gonna punch it. And then we're gonna have our last ones. Okay, again, I'm still gonna hold it because looking at it from the side, putting it in is very different. Okay, all right. So we've got those punched. So our tags are set. Let's get some ink onto those. I'm gonna use the dark one that I have here, which I've had here for like a minute, which is the Ground Espresso, because that's what's here. We're gonna just get rid of that white that's around the edge. Okay, let's bring these over here. Now, what else can I do for the decoration? Again, I feel like I want to go search up the characteristics of what makes a Virgo, a Taurus, etc., and add that to here. That's something that I have looked up in the past. I used to love it. I used to love to talk about this. And when you stop talking, you know, that's that phrase? If you don't use it, you lose it, or something along those lines. See, I can't even remember the phrase because it's been so long. But that's kind of true. You know, I was all into this in my youth. In my youth, back in the days when I was in my 20s or so. Really love to read about, you know, how this is. I still reference it here and there. We still ask the question like, oh, you know, oh, that makes you a this. Not that we know what the hell that means, but I have a friend, like, she swears she is the epitome of what a Scorpio is, right? And it's like, okay, fine. And according to her, they're a little devious, but what's also very funny, and I find this so funny because I, being a Taurus, she being an Aquarius, not an Aquarius, I'm sorry, she being, we're holding Aquarius, she being a Scorpio, I know that in the past I had read when they talked about compatibility, that if you were looking for some compatibility, male to female, Scorpio and Taurus were like, ching, bing, 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 ding, ding. But if you had two, if you had the same sex, for example, Scorpio female and Scorpio female and Taurus female, that we were not supposed to get along at all. So I find it very weird that we do get along extremely well. And so I don't know. That kind of throws your thing out to the window. But I throw the next thing into that is that when you look at the zodiac, right, and you look at the years and the days and stuff like that, you have the moon and where was this and Mercury and da da da. All of that also plays a part. So that's why they do charts for people, right? And so your chart will take into consideration all the other influences that are going around you that have to do with what you are in terms of a zodiac sign, right? And additionally, like there's so much. What about the Chinese and this and that and all the different other go-to situations? Now, I want to put a brad. Do I want to go something antique and just call it? Ooh, I have some gunmetal. Let's do gunmetal just so that they're all consistent with the brad. So let's do the brads. So yeah, so that's funny because then you also have the earths, like the earth, the fire, the water, that kind of stuff. So that plays a part. So like, you can say that Tauruses are like da 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 da, because I'm a Taurus, I'm going to say it that way. Tauruses are a certain way, right? We're stubborn, whatever, whatever. But come to see that, oh, no, but they're a water Taurus, so they're an air Taurus, so they're earth, No, wait, hold up a second. We're earth, yeah. Yeah, there's some other underlying other things. Anyway, I just got lost in my own thought. I'm so sorry. These brad, I wish I had wrote down where I got all these different brads from, because these brads actually are going back lovely. Love that, right? So I always talk about when I'm making this, and I'm like, when do I stop making my contribution to the world by saying, take it easy, go slow, make sure the divot is inside the post and all of that stuff. Then you will have more success. But sometimes, if you buy poo-poo grommets, none of that's going to matter, But these are doing very nicely, and I wish I knew to whom that deserves my let me buy some more. So yeah. Oh well, I have eyelets for days. I shouldn't be worrying about ever needing more eyelets, but we love, because they're cheapy, meaning inexpensive. They're an inexpensive item, so we're all about like, hey, that's cheap. I gotta make, well, I don't know if you guys do this. I know that's how they catch me. Spend $5 more and you're gonna get free shipping. So my brain goes, let's do some math. If you're gonna charge me $8 for shipping, right? And I need to spend $5 more to get free shipping, what does that mean? Well, instead of paying $8, I'm gonna spend $5. I'm gonna get something else. And then I'm also going to get shipping for free. So that math is, to me, that's my mathing. And I go in ahead and put something for $5 in my cart. And so you get something like this, a little bunch of eyelets, another packet of brads, and then you got too much stuff, and you're like, what the heck? So yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. All right. So now I'm thinking about how can I best finish off. I'm like, hello, girl, they're not even decorated. Like with the topper. What kind of a topper should I put? Now I just realized that these little brads, the eyelets rather, do not match the color and tone of the actual things of the journal. And that's fine. It doesn't have to be exact. So we're done with that, and all the different sizes and whatever. So we're gonna put that back in our little section for our eyelets, and we're going to now take our guy, put that back. we're doing an intermediate clean as we're trying to figure out what we're gonna put on these guys. So here are our tags. Okay, they are long. I like them long like this, almost 6 inches by 2. Usually I'll do 2 about like 5, so a little bit like almost an inch shorter, right? These feel bookmarkish kind of, which I'm not mad at, right? I kind of like it. I kind of like it. So yeah. So all right. Okay. So now we have. So we can put these guys. I'm just gonna put them wherever. Something. No, this. I'm probably gonna wind up putting most of them on the bottom and the top because the symbols kind of feel like they need to be that way, right? Because Virgo, like this, and Capricorn, it's like that. So, again, I'm not looking at where they go in terms of the months of the calendar. That was just me trying to figure out which ones that I had all 12, right? So we can either put them down below on the bottom, like that, and have them like that. I would not put them like this because that to me is too twisted. It's weird though because when I go and put stuff into a book, I want to look at it from this side. But yet when I did this, you know what? It's because the symbol is more correct this way in the words. So that's what's drawing me the symbol. Okay, problems out. We are in whatever. So I can put them on the bottom or I can put them on the side. Now tell me guys, what do you think? I think with them on the bottom, they are leaving me with too much space to have to fill, and if that makes sense. See, but now the Taurus one, the symbol is kind of like funky and stuff. So yeah, so I could do something like this, right? And they're gonna be like that because again, mass make the idea. You are going to be adding these guys to different journals, or even if you put it in the same journal, it's okay. It's okay. Girl, it's just not a big deal. All right, so we have that. So what else can we do? Oh, we could bust out some washi. We can add the details of the sign. We can, well, we're definitely going to add some toppers. So I'm thinking like something celestial with the stars. So I have this, I have some of this, which seems like a bit much, and it probably is a bit much. But I could put this as a topper because it gives me that vibe, right? It gives me that vibe. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. You're like, what is she typing? What is she doing? 5. Why is she counting down? 6. I'm just rolling this against my body so that I can kind of. So I did 6 layers, I think. Right, so I should have 6 strands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And so what I'm gonna do is, because this sheds when you cut it because it has little hairs. I'll show you it right here. Okay, this guy's need to be sharp ends. I've been abusing him. Right, look at that. It's worse than having glitter. So we're gonna not want to deal with too much of it. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna cut through and get my 6 long strands, right? Because I was back and forth, back and forth. So, where is it? There we go. Okay. So now I have 6 strands, and I'm gonna bend it in half. I'm gonna cut up here. That's gonna produce a lot of like that. Okay, and I'm just doing it over the trash, guys. Because, you know, why pause the video and like go and do something properly, right? So here we go. So now we have our toppers, which relate back to me, celestial, sky, etc. Still, that was a nice little side quest in terms of trying to figure out what's going to happen. You know what else I have? We're just going to go for this. I have this tape. This is Scotch tapey, whatever. It is silver. So I'm thinking maybe could I on the bottom, run around the bottom. What do you think? With some silver, and have a silver on the top. And I'm gonna need to cut this a little bigger. Silver on the top and silver on the bottom. What do you guys think? I think that's cute. We're making it up as we go along, because that's what we do on my channel. We don't have a plan. And when we have a plan, we still change the plan. So I am treating this like the back. So if I miss that, like I did it, I try to cut it longer. I'm going to take a little piece and I'm going to bridge that back here and call it George. Okay? And so we're going to do the same thing here. I needed to bridge that over here. I'm going to try to cut it longer so I don't have to bridge. Okay, that. Okay, so we're going to have that. We're going to take our twiny, glittery, whatever. I know, why am I putting it on here now? Because why not? Do we put it from the front to the back or the back to the front? If I do it like this, I think it's from the front. We send it to the back so it has a nicer look on the front. Even though with this fuzzy, you're not going to really see much of that. So, here we go. Okay, that's cool. I think it's cute. And then we're going to put the Sagittarius right there. And we need something else. So you know what? I'm just going to stick the Sagittarius on right away. Let's just follow through. And then we're going to continue. I'm just trying to think, what else could I incorporate here? We can do some stamping of pretty much anything, really. I mean, if I wanted to, I could even get some like text stamp, right? That's in white, and just add a little textured stamp there. And this could be the only color. I think that might be the way to go. So we're just going to make these for now. Okay, this one has its tape. So let's pick up the little thing here and whatnot. I mean, would you ever think to do that? Is this junk journaling? I don't know if it is, but hey, I'm enjoying the thinking process and the making process. I hope you are too. And maybe you said, oh, I've never thought to use that freaky little furry yarn before. I got it from thrift stores. I got it from Savers, so it's not like I got it. I sought it out or whatever. It's just I stumbled on it in a thrift store. So you know, sometimes in the thrift stores they have a section that you can go to that has like notions. This is like notions or haberdashery. I think haberdashery is like a very frou-frou kind of word. But here we go. So then we have our Virgo, right? We're going to take a much bigger piece. Now that might be a little too big. Now we're being extra. Okay, and we're going to try to go down here. A little bit from the bottom. Okay, wrap it around. And then we're going to wrap this around and match it up. We don't want to see the overlap. Okay, too much if we can avoid it. We want that to seem seamless. Alright, and then we're going to put our Aquarius on here. So yeah, so are we taking a text stamp? Is that what we're doing? I don't know. Are we doing that? Or are we going to wait and just be like, this is a preliminary situation? Okay, and just, you know, add something to this later. Can't really do the symbol because the symbol is already there. Can't really do the star thing because the star thing is already there. Like I said, the only other thing I could think of is to add the details of what they say a Cancer or an Aquarius or an Aries is. And that'll mean research and looking stuff up. I actually could just open up my my laptop here in front of me and I could just write it, because you know, sometimes, you know, I don't mind my handwriting too much, you know. So there's another one. So let's keep going. How long have we been doing it? You know what, we've been doing this for a minute, meaning it feels like you're probably saying, okay, that's enough, Missy, we need something more. I don't know if that's the case. I'm sorry. You know what it is, I'm tired. It's like the middle of the night. My whole system is all reversed. Been, like I said, life is life in me, and I've had a lot of different appointments that I've had to contend with for things, and I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired and it's so much. So 4 videos on this Abundant Life is Abundant kit have come out. This is just going to be a bonus throw up video once the 4th video is up, right? Because that is right now converting into my system so that I could edit it all together with my intro and the thumbnail and all that great stuff to then send it out into the world. And this one is not meant to be that long, to take so long to upload. So hopefully within an hour or two of the part 4, I need to do a bridge. This guy will be out there as well as like a hi. You didn't have to say tag me, because I did say, you know, whatever. But it's kind of long, so maybe it should be its own video and stuff. Just don't want to make like a part 5, like another day. You guys want to come for variety, right? But then how many different things are we doing as in this community, right? We're making journal after journal, folio after folio. And I'm not begrudging it because I love to sit here and make stuff. I just, you know, want to make sure that you guys are, you know, engaged and having some good times when you come this way. Alright. I need to go to sleep after I do this. Can't even see my clock from where I am. I think it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not even sure. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's kind of warm. I'm feeling kind of warm. My air conditioner doesn't work well in the living space, and I'm kind of set with that because I really don't have the money to have somebody come in and fix whatever. So I can throw it on for like maybe 20 minutes before it might like start to cause a problem, cool down some of the air, and then keep it moving. And I already kind of did that earlier, and now I'm feeling like, why am I hot? I'm just moving my arms and not even my full arms, you know. But it could be a lot of things. I'm 54, so you know, you do the math. Okay. Alright. Now, being that it's a black tag, it may be like, oh, well, it's not useful, but like I was saying, I could write on this, and I would write on it in white, a white gel pen or something like that nature. So yeah, that was one thing that I had made some black cards that I, you know, in my brain, I'm cool, I will get a white gel or a silver marker or, you know, metallic something, it'll work, right? But not everybody's that. Not everybody else is that wanna have to go deal with getting, you know. So when I had my fair, I had like a little jar of also markers that were, you know, bought from Amazon or wherever it was, you know, like a bulk set, and I had them sitting there to add to, if you buy it, you know, if you buy a certain number of cards, you get a free pen or whatever. I forgot what it was. This is back in November. My brain, like I said, is not brain. It's not. I'm all over the place. So I had done that because I was really concerned with people being turned off by having black cards there, you know, so. But yeah, so I mean, you know, that's the way to solve that situation if you are setting up a fair and you do. I love to add a little bit of black to the stuff that I'm making. It's just I don't know, my go-to. Add a little black somewhere, add a layer of black, so. And that's different than being grungy, because you can have neon colors and a lot of times you will see the black outlines and the whatnot. So it's just, you know, having that support of it. That's what I'm saying. Okay. 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 Yep. So we have 4 more to do. The suggestions are all out there. You've been watching me glue stuff and tape stuff, I usually would like to try to cut that out for you guys so that at least you're seeing something that's not repetitious. But you know what? Sometimes, just don't have the presence of mind to do that. And since I'm yapping, I don't feel like I should be, that I could, what do you call it? Ooh, if I knew the colors that went with this, like I could have added, like I just looked at this. This has this little silver flowers. I don't know. That wouldn't go because why would you put flowers with zodiac? I don't know. But you know what? I might. I might because I'm cuckoo like that because of the silver. The silver. The celestial silver is what I'm thinking. That's my alliteration, even though it's not the same letter. Celestial silver because you got the S from the C and the S. So yeah. Okay. I might also have a tech video coming out. And I don't mean like a tech. I don't know. I'm calling it "Let's Get Techie" or something like that. I'm gonna try to show myself using the silhouette in order to cut some of these things out because I am enjoying the idea of the digitals. You know what I'm saying? And like, working with punches when things can actually. Ooh, this one looks like it needs to go here. We have a change up, people. That's my child. See, that's my child's sign. She's trying to be argumentative. That's what it is. She sent her juju this way and said, "Mama, shut up. You should be in bed." So she throwing me off my game. It just the sign didn't look right that way. That's what happened. It looked weird. Because I know her sign. It's that two, like you see, like two little. It would have been two up and down on the other way. Okay. Well, we got one the other way. So I think to be cuckoo, I'm gonna put the Taurus because either way it's the same. I'm gonna put mine the other way as well. Because why not? Funny. And then I hadn't even looked at what signs. I'm just putting them up. I'm just doing them. I'm putting them up and stuff. So, what was I rambling about? I don't know. I don't know if this stormy weather. I don't know if those are the words, but I can't get copyright strike. Yeah, I don't know how all that works. So another channel, I'm not gonna say here. You normally would shout her out because I love to share my little time with you and shout out people. But she reached 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, "Hey, cool, whatnot, whatever, 1,000 subscribers, right?" Oh my god, this is so funny. This is the hubbies. So we're gonna put it this way. No, because that's wrong. He has to go this way. I'm sorry. And the Scorpio is my other friend. This is gonna be me and my daughter facing the other way. What do you call? Oh, so she reached 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, "Cool, you're gonna get monetized now." Blah blah blah, whatever. And she doesn't have watch hours, so like YouTube keeps. I love to use the phrase or that phrasing where you keep changing the goal line. I mean, this is something that happens in my job constantly with administration, right? I'm a teacher, and they tell us A, B, C, D, and then when we do A, B, C, D, E, or whatever, and we keep going and making, doing all the things or whatever we're trying, they change it. They change it up, and they're like, "No, no, 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 you didn't do that, but you need to also do this." Well, how about telling me that, right? Or they tell me to do something, but oh no, that's not how I meant for you to do it though, like that kind of crap. So she reached 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, "Hey, great! Are you gonna be able to get monetized, right?" Because listen, we all are on YouTube. One, because we need an well, for me, I need an outlet, right? Two, I love to kind of share and teach. I've been called, how do you call it? mama bear at work, because I'm the one that if you have something going on and you got issues with something, I'm right up in there trying to help you figure it out. Like, you don't even have to ask, right? But that said, you know, I'm here and we know that people get paid to be YouTubing, yeah? And so monetization is a big, like, milestone or big road to, travel. And so you have these analytics and, whatever. And so she goes, oh, no, no, yeah, I got my 1,000. She doesn't have the watch hours. And I was like, what? So I don't even remember how many it was. I mean, I could look at my channel and see what the analytics say, right? But it's like, she says she's not going to be monetized right yet because she doesn't have the watch hours. But why? Tell me why. If she's not going to be getting any money, right, for her channel and for the views that go to her channel, she's got so many ads popping up in the past week or so that I'm like, what is going on? So I don't know if we turn on the ads. I remember a while ago, if you remember, someone called the Frugal Crafter. I'm pretty sure maybe she's still out there. I really don't know. I haven't watched her in a while because I had stepped away from the craft watching and I was watching the makeup and the nails and was doing a channel with all of that and stuff. But now I'm back to what I really, truly, enjoy, which is this crafting shenanigans that we're doing here, right? So, anyway, she mentioned that, right? She mentioned that she had been called out by her followers or her subscribers because the amount of ads. And there was some kind of setting that she had to address, right? And did you ever notice, and I think recently, and I don't know if it was an older video or a newer video or whatever. Oops, sorry, that was horrible. It just got up on me. That Miss Gail, or Lovely Miss Gail, mentioned that she doesn't have ads, and it's true. Like, now I notice, like, you never get sent someplace else from her channel to watch something else for, like, seconds. And if you're just wanting to chill and just have it play and whatever, you gotta stop and be like, ugh, I gotta deal with this, right? So it's kind of like, ugh, all right, so this is where we're at. It's been 40 minutes. I think we're gonna be done and done because I could do some Zentangle. I could do some doodling around here to kind of make it celestial. I have choices, and maybe when I decide to put it into the journal, because I'm gonna put it, you know what, screw that, because I'm gonna put it into that journal that has floral and garden, I'm gonna get me some flowers, okay? Because we need to just, like, not leave it so open-ended. So we'll pull out my flower bin right here, my things. All my things are in here. So I have metallics with florals, which is here. So I'm gonna take that out and put this on the side. Okay, trying to still find a way to kind of, make it. Now, would it be a good thing to know what flowers maybe represent the different signs? Sure. Is that going to happen? No. We're just going to put what's pretty. What's pretty. We're going to put what's pretty. That's it. So let's just find some flowers that have some... Ah, my trash. Art! Why did you try to jump in the trash? Oh my goodness. He fell off the thing. Okay. So we're just going to have some silver. The ones with silver. So I'm just going to pull out 12. Not even going to look at the colors at first. I'm just going to pull out 12 and then we're going to stick them on there. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm counting enough. But I'm taking the ones that have the silver outlines because we want that silver to be a consistent factor. Even though, yes, I know, don't have to tell me twice or 3 times that the other things in the journal are not like that. I know. Okay, so I'm looking for the bigger flowers. Oh, that's cute there. That have that silver outline. Yeah, yes. A lot of purple. I don't want to put purple too much. I want to vary the color a bit. So let's just take a few extras over here of some other colors. And let's just go put these guys on here. So, Aquarius. Aquarius is... Okay, get up, come on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't want to put my sticky fingerprint on here. Okay, I'm just gonna put it from there. Okay, like that. Alright, I'm not bad at that. I'm gonna leave that like that. I think I might do some more silver accents with some pen or something like that, and I am gonna have to cut that off. Okay, let's see here. Do we want to do that because that kind of goes in color? Sure, sure, why not? Let's do that. So these of course are Temu, right? Because where else are we getting our stickers, right? Because it's so cheap, but then you gotta spend whatever it is to just send the order so the order could come your way. Blues and oranges vibrate off of each other, so this is not a bad combination at all. So we're gonna do that. So we can use some little bit of color theory in terms of that and placement. So that's pretty. I like that. Let's see here. Let's use the Scorpio with the white flower. Yeah, but I think I want to use this white flower. I think it's a little more with the dark in the center. I like that. I think my friend would appreciate the darkness of the center. You know, we have that, you know, you have that joke where it's like, oh, black like my heart. Anyway, this is Libra. Let's see. I'm gonna put this one. She feels too dark. Let's take another lighter one. Let's just do this little blue guy right here. Okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. Let's see here. That's too, I feel like that's too, this guy's too dark. Pretty, but too dark. So maybe we do that white one here. Sure. Okay. So guys, I'm sorry. I think I can't get under an hour. Like I really have a hard time getting under an hour. So I appreciate the fact that you're still here. If you're still here, if you're new, that you probably should hit that subscribe button and come back, even though you know you've enjoyed your time with me, with us, whatever. Taurus. Let's see. You know what? I want this one because it's mine. I want that one. So we're gonna put that for there. Yeah, this is kind of, either way it would have been kind of, I should know I have a tattoo of that symbol as well. So, oh no. Come on. I'm so thirsty. I'm gonna need to go get something to drink. After, there we go. Oh, chalet. Let's just put that bad boy right there. It's not a hibiscus, but it gave me hibiscus vibe because hibiscus is the flower of Puerto Rico. So I like this with the yellow here. So I don't mind that. I also like the drawiness of it, or the scribbleness of it. And my daughter, who's the Pisces, loves to draw. And sometimes she makes fun of the fact that I just stick paper to paper. So don't worry, y'all want a snack? I gave her a what's what because I was like, girl, don't be like that. So let's see what we have left over so that we can kind of adjust here. This bad boy is just too dark, I think, and this is kind of pushing it. This I don't mind. That's a nice color combination. The Capricorn, I think I like that with the Virgo. The Capricorn, can we do that? I think we can do that with the Capricorn. And we're going to leave that there. Yeah. Alright. So let's put these bad boys back in my little stash. And we're done with these. And yes. So are we at an hour yet? No. But like I was saying, just can't. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm giving too much information. I'm talking too much. Am I not talking? Well, I'm not going to say I'm not talking enough. I worry that I'm not talking enough. That I'm too silent. It's going to be a thing. You know? But I have watched channels where, and I'm like, the glue is on my finger. I have watched channels where people aren't saying anything. But I can't do that. I'm afraid of silence. The quietness, not that it bothers me, but it was one of the factors of me when I was thinking about a long-term career. Having bustle or interactivity with people and things was major, which is where the teacher came from and went to and blah blah blah. So yeah, and so therefore I like to have the bustle, so I find it hard to be in the silent, which is funny though, because I'll go to work, whatever, and then when I come home I want to be quiet until I come to see you guys, right? But until then, I just want to chill. I want the silence, I want the quiet, I want whatever. And I think that's just in my older age that's kind of like I need those moments where before maybe it wasn't that big of a deal. Okay, so we have all of our stickers. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a uniball whatever, the signal broad in silver. It doesn't say, it just says broad. It doesn't say what the pointage is, but I just want to see what happens. I'm gonna do a couple of little dots here, and then over here I'm gonna just do a little accent over here. Nothing crazy, right? And yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna do too much crazy, so I'm gonna do a little accent here, okay? And then we're gonna do a few dots right there to just add a little something to the card. Nothing major. Okay. Yep. And that's gonna be it. Then it'll be done and done. Okay. So 12 zodiac cards in 1 hour, start to finish. I don't think that's too bad. A little accent. See, I can't even like just do it. You know what I'm doing. Why do I gotta say that it's a little accent? Because I don't know how to stay in the quiet. Okay. There we go. We are done. Now we're done. Accented, everything. So much fun here on this table. Don't you think? Don't you think? Isn't that such? It's pretty. It's pretty. It's joyful. It's colorful. There's a juxtaposition. Celestial garden, dark with the. Anyway, let me shut up. So again, I think I might have started to say thank you and goodbye, but you know my habits. So please like, comment, tell me what you think. If this was like not your jam, that's fine. If you liked it, tell me why you were surprised that you liked it. Please share the video. That would be awesome. Help me build my channel. Yeah. So if you're new, subscribe, come back, visit me again, see. Then you can always unsubscribe, right? But same thing, like us in the beginning. You can always unlike us. Maybe you'll forget and we'll stay with the like. But the interactivity is what's really good, which is we would love to be able to have a little commentary back and forth, and that's always awesome. So until the next time, I think this one is in the last day of May. So yeah, June is upon us. So ciao ciao. Bye.